Hey everyone, welcome back. So a lot of shit was about to go down in Bloons TD battles ever since that public outcry of problems about the game, which was mostly fueled by me and a couple other YouTubers afterwards. And it's good shit, at least that's what Ninja Kiwi is trying to give us. I know I'm super late on this, but I might as well make a video on it since the 3.9 update isn't out yet and I have nothing else to upload. So here's what Ninja Kiwi has planned. Originally they were just planning to have a cards-related update for 3.9, but thanks to the recent shitstorm they now have a few extra changes planned for next patch as well as before the end of the year, so I guess you can say woohoo, we did it Reddit, I mean YouTube. Though it is a bit worrying that Ninja Kiwi wouldn't have done anything otherwise if no one spoke up on the matter. Whatever, they've heard our thoughts, now it's time to see what they've done with it. First things first, a new map is slated to be released on mobile, though technically it isn't a new map since it was already on the Flash version for years. And that map is Zen Garden, however it comes with a twist. Instead of having the player send an AI Bloons on separate paths, both of them actually come from the top side, loop around at the bottom and exit at the other top half. So essentially it is more than twice the length and half the difficulty of the Flash version. Just kidding, surprisingly it's actually the exact same as the Flash version, though knowing their past antics I wouldn't bat an eye if they actually did make Zen Garden like I jokingly said they did. So that's all there is to say about that really. A new hard map doesn't really solve any of the problems I and other YouTubers mentioned in our videos, but if we were to get any new maps, it's better a hard than an easy one, right? Next thing I want to talk about is the upcoming new fast cooldown ZOMG send. I'm not 100% sure of the details, but I believe you can send them for 10,000 bucks each starting on round 24, with the income loss unknown. Not that it'll matter much since sending more than one ZOMG will likely put your eco down to 0 anyway. But yeah, just like the Zen Garden edition, I don't think changes like these will properly balance battles. Rather it just seems like a last-ditch option to end the game before it goes late, which is fine by me. With that said, 10k per ZOMG is expensive as shit, and in classic battles I doubt you'll be able to send more than 2 of them by the time round 24 starts. Seems like a send like this would only be useful on round 30 or so once you can afford a big group of them. On the other hand, you'll have plenty of money on shit game modes like Bonanza, so I'm looking forward to wrecking noobs with this new send. Let me just touch on how this will affect the meta though, cause it looks like towers like the Chipper and Ace will be ever so necessary now that you absolutely need a tower to handle bigger clumps of balloons, which both towers are capable of doing. In other words, the meta is likely to remain unchanged, which is a huge problem many of us addressed in our videos. And aside from a $20 increase in the triple darts, which again isn't gonna do anything, it doesn't look like any other towers are gonna be changed, which is a bit of a shame because that's the only way other towers are going to become relevant. Perhaps it's easier said than done because with only 3 tower spots, it's hard to choose 3 that will allow you to defend almost any rush at any time while still being affordable enough to build up your eco, not to mention with farms that leaves you with only 2 tower choices to cover all possible rushes. Basically what I'm saying is the meta is kind of fucked over by the pure nature of the game itself, but I do think it's still balanceable to an extent, and I do think Ninja Kiwi can at least try to break up the meta for us higher level players. As for how to do it, well, don't ask me. I've been so far out of classic battles and forever, so I'd rather keep my mouth shut than give terrible suggestions. But I do recall there is a massive document about possible balance changes made by a variety of high-level players, so if Ninja Kiwi can take a look at that and give their thoughts on it, then that would be pretty great. That's all the competitive scene changes so far for this patch. Not exactly the type of fixes I was hoping for, but there is potentially a huge competitive update coming within the next couple of months, so I won't completely rip on Ninja Kiwi until I see what their full plans are. Moving on to some card battles changes now. I'm sure so many of you guys are pumped and excited for this, Kappa. Well, Bruno and Lucky already spoiled this on their channel, so I might as well. There are new cards coming called Power Cards, which each have special effects that are unique in its own way, like for example Purge. There's no actual description shown, but from what I can see from the picture it seems like what it does is remove the combo and regrow status on all Bloons on your side. Pretty neat, I guess. Then there's Kidnap, which probably means you can steal a tower from your opponent. Don't know if you'll actually be able to steal shit like Ray of Dooms or even Temples, but if that were the case then that 1k cost will definitely be worth it. I'll discuss the rest of the power cards for when they come out. Also, it looks like the 1/2 Dart Monkey card is coming soon, and that Bloon Send looks OP as hell, only $275. Per 18 eco seems like a sweet deal. I think that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the upcoming changes for 3.9 and make sure to vote on the poll as well, which should appear right now on the top right corner of your screen. So as always, like, sub, comment, masturbate and share for more, and have a zen day.